Blackstone presents Juvenalia by Jennifer Burke. This book is read by Vikas. To my family, for all their support. Chapter 1. Winter lay upon Rome like a shroud, but underneath the cold, gray threads of cloud, the city was very much alive. And in his house on the southern slope of the Viminal Hill, my new friend Petronius Arbiter was hosting a dinner party. Well, Petronius wasn't a friend, exactly, but he was certainly an important man to know, and so I had wrapped myself in my finest toga, had Hirsa dig out a jar of the immortal Falernian, and here I was, spending an evening in the company of a man who counted the Emperor as a close personal friend, and who had obviously been encouraged to find out whether I ought to be elevated into Nero's immediate social circle, because I bet that not everyone got a personal tour of Petronius's library before dinner was served. "Tell me about yourself, Valerius," Petronius said, and took a seat across from me. A slave darted forward with wine and a dish of olives. Lamps brightened the room. Beside us, a brazier bled tendrils of warmth into the cool air. Petronius was probably about 30 years old. He was an ordinary-looking man with close-cropped brown hair and unremarkable features, but with a cleverness in his expression that elevated his ordinariness to something that demanded attention. Petronius's gaze was sharp, probably as sharp as his pen. He was a writer, and he was just as vulgar and twice as cutting as the wags who wrote the scandalous graffiti on the sides of public buildings. They wished they had half his talent at skewering the rich and powerful with nothing but a stylus. "There's not much to tell," I said. "And I'm certain there's nothing you haven't already heard. I'm an open book, Petronius, and one nowhere near as entertaining as those you write." "Flattery?" he asked, his eyes bright. "I am almost disappointed, Valerius." "It begins and ends there, actually." I swallowed a mouthful of wine. "I play social situations like I play Latruncoli. I start off with a fairly standard move, then I diverge wildly away from the accepted conventions of the game. I let everyone assume it's to confuse my opponents, but really, it's because I don't have the patience to play properly. So I'm afraid from here on in, I'm completely out of flattery." "How unexpected," Petronius said, arching a brow. "As warned." He snorted through a smile. "I can see why you're so popular these days, Valerius." I laughed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?